Welcome to the Botch Pod presented by FakePigskin.com. I'm your host, Josh Bennett, and I'm joined today by my Botch Pod co-hosts, Michael Vincent and Zach Van Kirk. Mike, you and we had some beef last week. Are we cool now?
Yeah, man, we're cool. I know
Okay.
that you were doing your best. You were doing your due diligence. You were trying to buy a Twitter handle for me.
Yes.
I don't think we've earned that, or we haven't made $4.7 million yet. But when we do, MV tweets will be there.
Awesome. Cool deal. And Zach, how are you? I'm glad you can make it tonight.
I'm doing great. I was just, trying to be a responsible family man, and you guys are shitting on me. So I'm glad to be here tonight too. And I'm definitely not in, a shitty mood. That's for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. And Charlotte thanks you for the service.
Oh,
That's weird.
Is it? I don't know.
That got weird, yeah.
It got really weird, didn't it? We'll take that out later.
well, yeah, we'll edit that out.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. Well, it is week 15 of
That's
the NFL
crazy.
season. The last 15 weeks went by so quickly, and it's the second week of the playoffs. I'll go ahead and start this awfulness by saying that I made the playoffs in 6 of 10 leagues, which is pretty solid, I guess. 60%. That's not great, but it's not bad. I had 2 first-round buys, and I played in 4 games last week, and I lost all 4 of them. All 4. So that was a bummer. Got two games this week, and then after that, hopefully I can win, and if not, then it's on to rookie season. Zach, how'd you do in all your redraft leagues?
I'm actually advancing in all of them.
Every single one?
No, I lost my home. I got blown out in my home redraft.
Okay.
Where there's actual humans. I play against actual humans in that league.
Oh,
I
really?
actually draft with them too in person.
Oh, wow. So if you don't draft in person with someone, are they not human?
Not in Jacksonville 1992490.
Oh.
Is that PPR or half PPR?
PPR, bro. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you're not savage.
Half PPR, or the standard is Philadelphia 244190.
Oh,
Yeah.
then that's an 8-team league, right?
Yeah, it's also an 18 league.
One quarterback.
One quarterback.
One QB. Start 10 receivers.
Wow.
It just has one wide receiver position.
Who's your wide receiver?
Just
Don't tell us who it
bucks.
is.
Actually, let me look. I'm going to tell you who my receivers because I think it's. Oh, I don't think it's actually good. Hold on. I'm still going to tell you because you're asking. The standard league?
I don't care. I'm calling Amari Cooper. That was the joke, but go ahead.
It's Amari Cooper.
It's Amari Cooper.
You know what? It's not Amari Cooper. First of all, it's not Amari Cooper. I don't own Amari in redraft because he's not a redraft guy. He's a dynasty guy, and I'm a dynasty guy sometimes.
I thought you were an NFL guy. It's in your handle.
My receivers there are AJ Green, Tyreek Hill, and Josh Gordon.
Sounds about right.
With Diggs, Juju, Landry, and Ty on my bench.
Yeah, 2
Wow. 18 leagues are awesome.
I bet you started the wrong guy every time too.
I did. That's why I'm 7-6 there.
Wow. Okay, well.
Perpetually middling, like cups.
Perpetually.
Redraft.
Mike, how'd you do this year in fantasy?
So I missed both of my home leagues playoffs. I made the playoffs total 7 out of 10 leagues where I was actually setting lineups. I had a first-round bye in 2 leagues. One I co-owned with Austin. And then in 3 other leagues I advanced this week, including the league that I won the title in last year, so I'm still alive to defend my crown. And my only loss was in New Hollywood to the aforementioned Austin. So, in one league I'm going to face you, Josh, in this round. One league I'm going to face Cups. So a lot of botchiness going on in the league, in my leagues. Yeah. So,
isn't it great playing with a bunch of the same people in different leagues because you know them, and I love it.
Or you beat them in the first round, but you play them in the second round in a different league, or you co-own with them. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Or you just lose a lot and everybody picks on you.
Yeah, you're not good. So
I'm not.
How many dynasty leagues did you make the playoffs in?
1, my home league. I'm the second seed.
I thought you said it was redraft.
No, I have a home redraft and I have a home dynasty.
Ah.
I got smoked in the redraft, and I'm the second seed in the dynasty.
Oh wow! Congrats.
Thank you.
Is that the only dynasty you made the playoffs in?
I made it in another one, and I got booted last week by mine.
How many dynasty leagues are you in total?
Like 7, maybe 7 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're not counting best ball, yeah, I don't know.
You're not.
Okay.
So all in all, we did a decent job. Week 4,
you and I did.
yes. Well, we're still alive in a lot of leagues. Week 14 was rough. I feel like a lot of people that carried you throughout the season probably let you down at the wrong time. I'm sure guys who started AJ Green or Tom Brady or Brandon Cooks or a bunch of guys who were supposed to be the guy, they screwed you over. Imagine needing like 9 points from Cooks and Brady or something going into Monday Night Football, and you probably came very close to not getting that because of the interceptions and because Cooks only had 1 catch. That would drive me insane.
Agreed.
And that's why fantasy sucks sometimes.
Yeah, that's why you could be the best analyst and tell the most chartiness, but it does not matter because in the end, they still got to play the games.
Right. I like that word, chartiness.
Yeah, there's a lot of chartiness out there.
I like it. That sounds like a new segment. We got to figure out what to do with it.
Yes.
Chartiness. I love it.
I think Twitter's going to do it for us. We just
That's
have
true.
to.
Yeah, that's why it's a great segment because you didn't have to do any work. You just get on Twitter.
I created a new metric.
Oh, I was want to talk about that. I love your new metric. Why don't you talk about it for a minute?
Sure. So on Saturday, I was waiting to go to birthday. I'm like, hey, looking at the stats, Baker Mayfield had 4,800 yards and 48 touchdowns when he won the Heisman. I'm like, oh, that's I look at that. It says, oh, it's 100. It's a touchdown every 100 yards. So I decided to look at the ESPN stats. Shout out to @ESPN. And I looked at it. I'm like, oh, not everybody has that same symmetry with their stats. So I decided to look, and lo and behold, some guys, they don't get as many touchdowns for all the yardage, which makes them inefficient. Some guys throw more touchdowns than they do 100 yards. Like a Deshaun Watson, for example, he'll end the season with 19 touchdowns and 1,699 yards for a touchdown for a TD 100 of 1.11. That means he's throwing a touchdown. That means for every 100 yards, he's throwing 1 1/9 touchdown. So if you try to correlate that into a stat, that means that they score a lot. I invented that. It's called TD 100.
I love it.
Or Titty 100.
I like Titty 100. It's great.
Trademark.
Registered trademark.
So that's the Botch Pod's efficiency stat.
Do you know what I worry about with that efficiency stat though? Is it's too easy to understand. And if you want to have a hip, cool efficiency stat, it needs to be really complicated. Your chart needs to have a lot of different colors, different bar graphs, scatter plots, whatever. And you need to make sure that the audience can't understand it. So if you're ever wrong, you're not really wrong because no one can prove it to you. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It's true. That's why you do XY. You need an XY axis too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Let's flip this thing on its head. So we'll do depth of target yards per catch.
A dot over 100. A dot over 100.
A dot over TD 100.
DOTDTO percentage.
If you really want to think about how efficient someone could be, it's how many touchdowns you throw over 100 yards over attempts. Because you can have, what if you had like 4 attempts, 100 yards, and a touchdown? You're probably the most efficient person in the world. But if you're throwing, you got the Ryan Tannehill like 25 for 52 for 180 yards, like that's not good.
No, it's not. I was wondering when I was looking at your metric, is that only for passing yards, or can you do it like rushing? Like, is it TD 100 rushing, TD 100 receiving? What about guys like when you factored in Deshaun Watson? Were you talking about passing yards, or did you factor in rushing yards as well?
Those are all passing yards. Yes.
Okay.
In my next article coming out next week, I'm going to discuss overall yardage. That includes any yards from scrimmage. It's going to be YASS 100.
Yes.
Does that also include sacks?
Interceptions.
I saw a stat that said something about perceived yards per sack or something. Like
what?
Where a guy should be where a sack was going to be, and it's ridiculous. So
my God. That's incredible. Who thinks of this shit? That's amazing.
I don't know. It's as easy as TD 100 apparently.
Right. No, I'm telling you, TD 100 is going to fail, and it's because it's too easy to understand. It will fail.
The marks are going to know how to explain it and use
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, you're screwed. We got to make it more complicated. We'll work on that later, though.
Tom Brady's is .69 though.
Ooh, nice. Love it. Cool. Well, let's get into segments.
Yeah. So as the season's drawing near to the end, a lot of our segments are not going to exist. We might be able to get some revenge games in the playoffs, but those are going to be few and far between. But in the meantime, we have these segments now, which includes the aforementioned revenge games.
Awesome. Zach, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. What revenge game are you looking out for this week?
Big one.
Oh, wait, never mind. Shh. Mike, you're supposed to tell us what revenge games happened last week.
Oh yeah. Okay. So revenge games last week. We had a lot of good ones. Mike Nugent against the he was the Bear now against the Bengals. He missed an extra point to start the game, but then he rattled off 2 more field goals. So I think he ended up with like 9 points. Believe it or not, somehow Fitzgerald Toussaint ended up on the field while Le'Veon Bell was out a couple plays with an injury. Yeah.
Wow.
So he was out there. It wasn't James Conner or John Connor. It wasn't anybody else. It was Fitzy Toussaint, because nobody knows the Ravens more than a former Raven. Matt Khalil of the Panthers took out his former Vikings team. Big divisional or big conference matchup. I don't know how Captain Munnerlyn did. I don't think Bruce Ellington played. Brandon Marshall, but not the one Zach thought, the actual Bronco. I don't know what he did either. I'm not a big IDP guy. Dwayne Harris didn't play. Luke Jokel, the Seahawks lost to the Jaguars, so he didn't get revenge. But Nick Foles had the ultimate revenge game as he came in for Carson Wentz in an injury, former Eagle, then Ram, then back to being an Eagle, and he got the win against his Rams. Ultimate revenge, Nick Foles.
Wow, double revenge. That's probably revenge game of the year.
That's super secret revenge.
Super secret double revenge.
That's right.
Wow, that's incredible. Good for him. All right, well, cool. Let's get into Week 15 revenge games. Zach, sorry to cut you off earlier. Give me a revenge game you're looking out for.
It's okay, Josh. I accept your apology. Big one. Back. Turned tight end Delaney Walker, now with the Titans, used to play for the 49ers. Big one. I'm actually not sure. He might actually be hurt. I don't know.
No, Delaney's playing.
He is playing. Okay, so it's not a Jonnu Smith game. Or Jonnu. I don't know how to say his name.
It's Jonnu.
Delaney Walker, fire him up. You probably already are, but harder.
All you tight end premium league guys.
Cool. Mike, give me a revenge game you're looking out for.
The big one, there's a former tight end playing in the same division against his former team, the Bills and the Dolphins. It's Marquise Gray of the Dolphins, formerly of the Bills. He wears number 48. He's a fullback / tight end, kind of like a Delaney Walker situation. So I think he's the biggest tight end to worry about that played for a former team in the Dolphins-Bills game.
Yeah, I think he's the biggest one to worry about. I was going to say one, too, which I don't think it's that big of a deal. It is. Charles Clay versus the Dolphins. I'm going to be watching that game this week because I have Charles Clay in my home league because my tight ends suck. And I'm hoping he gets revenge. I'm hoping.
So there you go.
There you go.
Clay and Gray, they swapped. It's like Parrot Trap.
It is. It's like the Lindsay Lohan movie. I love it. Cool.
Shout out to Redheads.
That's right. Shout out to them. Zach, give me another revenge game.
Let's go with the next one is going to be versus the Colts. People forget.
Who?
John Elway? Jonathan Elway, maybe? Jonathan?
Okay.
He was a Colt, and that got sent into us.
For like a day.
That got sent into us by a Twitter follower. Thank you.
Who was it? I don't remember her name.
It's a her.
Yeah.
It's Taylor from the Fantasy Authority. You can
Taylor, My Sleepers?
No. Ask me about Taylor DFS writes for the Fantasy Authority.
The Fantasy Authority.
Not Fantasy Authority.
Not okay.
Not Taylor.
All right. Mike, give me another revenge game.
Sure. So these also came from some award winning. I can't use that.
No.
Some people that like our brand. IDP, Dynasty Lethal, also AKA Cups, AKA KH Cups. Bud and Corey, all the same guy. AJ Bouye against his former team, the Texans. Kiko Alonso against the Bills. And Jaquiz, a.k.a.
Nope.
Well, he's not IDP.
Oh, okay.
So AJ Bouye and Kiko Alonso.
Yes, and then we won't give him credit for the next one.
It's
We won't give him credit for the next one.
AJ Booyah.
Booyah. Booyah. Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks, K-Hups. K-Hups, Bud.
Cups, yes.
Pups.
I was calling Bud.
Hey, Bud. Thanks, Bud.
He was in our National Botch Association basketball league that lasted 6 weeks. So
That was an embarrassment. We should have never done that.
yeah, whose idea was that? He should be fired.
That was you.
I know, it was a joke. Okay, a revenge game I'm looking for, which I'm going to totally steal from Bud, is Jizz Rogers versus the Falcons, his former team. Yeah. So he should get some characters.
So fun fact, some guy came at us because we said Jizz Rogers a couple weeks ago, and then we sent them a picture of Jaquiz Rogers wearing a shirt that was like kind of like sexual innuendo of jizz. And he's like, "Oh, my bad." Like, yeah, you don't know Jizz Rogers like we know Jizz Rogers. So
we are Jizz Rogers truthers.
This is a Jizz Rogers fan club.
It is mostly because of his name. Okay, Zach, give me another revenge game.
I'm not really sure where we're at on the list anymore.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Terrence West.
Oh yeah, I was going to rattle off those three. So Terrence West versus the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
And you also have Ben Watson versus the Cleveland Browns, both on the Ravens now. Former, Towson great, Terrence West. And then also in that game you have the Browns versus the Ravens, which is a revenge game in and of itself.
That's right.
Because the Ravens are the Browns.
Yeah. So in a way, the Browns are having a revenge. The Ravens are having a revenge game
against themselves.
I think they got revenge when they just packed up the movie trucks and left.
When they left?
When they just that was revenge right there. Not even the Super Bowl win, just leaving was revenge. That god awful place.
You ever been to Cleveland?
No, and I never will.
Mike, have you ever been? Is it not depressing there?
It is. It's depressing. Cleveland sucks.
It's awful.
And not to mention that they could have won a World Series a couple years ago, but they blew 3 games to 1 lead in the World Series to my Cubs. But we'll talk about that another time.
Another time, please. Please, another time. I don't want to talk about baseball right now. Let's see. Mike, give me another revenge game.
Deion Lewis goes home to Pittsburgh. former Pitt Panther, Deion Lewis of the New England Patriots against the Pittsburgh state of Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh State. Wow. Cool. I got one. Darren McFadden. Retired Darren McFadden is going up against the team that drafted him number 4 overall, the Oakland Raiders. Well, he's not, but the team that he did play for, the Cowboys, are playing them. So they're going to be playing for Darren, I think. I choose to believe that they're going to be playing for Darren.
I think so too, both of them. It's going to be called the McFadden Bowl.
McFadden Bowl. I love it.
The Run DMC Bowl.
Cool. It's kind of like the Bible Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AKA New Hollywood.
Best league ever. Zach, give me another one.
You guys already said Jizz, but there's also another one in Atlanta. We got Dirk Cutter, who is also former Arizona State head coach.
Shout out to your Sun Devils.
Shout out to my Devils.
The Devils, the Devs.
Forks up.
Is that really what y'all say? Forks up?
I think it's what it is. I think it's forks up. It is forks up.
That's rough.
It's pretty bad. And then the sign for the fork is basically the shocker.
Oh, true.
Shout out shocker.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had one more. I thought.
Okay.
So the Bears and the Lions are playing each other, and I missed this one the first time the Bears and Lions played. Former Detroit Lion H-back. This is a big H-back week with Marquise Gray, Delaney Walker, Charles Clay. Michael Burton.
Who?
He's a fullback, number 48, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
So look out for him in any run blocking situations or a little spider to Y banana fullback flat routes.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like he's gonna have a big game at Ford Field.
Oh, I love it.
It's going to be a big Burton week. Fire up your Burtons.
Trey and Michael, yeah.
Especially in fullback premium leagues.
Yes, yeah, FB Prem.
All right. Well, that does it for the revenge games this week. Not a good week, I don't feel like. I feel like it's kind of a meh week.
Don't the Chiefs and the Chargers have somebody that played on both? I feel like they do.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure. But anyway, cool. Let's move on to our next segment. Dead or Back, presented by Amari Cooper.
Yeah, we had to change the name here. Amari Cooper is not allowed on Dead or Back anymore because we've beaten that horse into just submission. It culminated this week when he received 0 in the fantasy playoffs. For anyone who's still thinking you start him and you get anything out of him. So somebody lost by 2. They were up 46 going up against a few guys on Monday Night Football, and all they needed was Amari Cooper to literally catch a fucking pass.
Yep.
He didn't.
He didn't. Spoiler alert, he didn't. He's awful.
But everyone keep drafting him. I believe he was called a top 5 dynasty receiver earlier in this pod.
Yeah,
a couple episodes ago.
We'll have to go back and find out who said that.
We'll find the tape.
We'll re-record that. God, I'm stuttering tonight. I'm exhausted.
But the segment's going to be called Amari Cooper's Dead or Back.
I think Dead or Back presented by Amari Cooper is better. But
that too.
Cool. Okay, let's see here. Mike, Carson Wentz, Dead or Back?
So RIP to all my Philadelphia Eagles fans, Brennan and Cups and Slow. They saw their season flash before their eyes. Eagles are 11-2. They're probably going to win the division. They'll probably get a first-round bye. If people think that Nick Foles can game manage them to maybe a Super Bowl, but it's just not the same. Wentz is probably generational, and he's out for the rest of the year with the torn ACL. So Wentz is dead. The Eagles are probably dead.
Yikes. I agree. Zach, Aaron Rodgers, Dead or Back?
So back. He's
back.
Cleared to play. He was practicing earlier today. There was a bunch of #12 tweets. So Aaron Rodgers is back. Olivia Munn is not back.
Yikes.
So he's back.
Okay, cool. Mike, Jimmy G, Dead or Back?
My boy, he's from Illinois. He went to some school around here, Eastern Illinois. Same with Tony Romo. He looks like he's the real deal in San Francisco. And he is he's here to stay. I believe that the 2-10 or whatever they are, 2-11, 3-10 Niners.
They're 3-10.
Yeah, favored against the 8-5 Titans, which is embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I think Jimmy G is back.
I have Carson Wentz in my home league, and he went down, so I have to choose between Mariota or Jimmy G, and I'm going Jimmy G.
Just go upside there. Just go fucking throw it deep. You can't – Mariota's turning into like Derek Carr, like this overhyped guy who's just is not ever going to – he's not going to develop. That injury last year hurt him just like it hurt Carr, and neither of them really recovered this year.
Right. Zach, Dak Prescott, Dead or Back?
I don't know why he's dead or back. I don't know why he's on this shit. But whatever. He's back, I guess. He'll be more back when Zeke is back, because everybody knows the quarterback relies on the running back, and not their offensive lineman or defense or special teams or anybody else, on the field. It's just a halfback. So
just him. So Dak Prescott pretty much owes everything to Zeke. What you're saying?
Yes.
I think you could just throw anybody back there with Zeke's running back because they're going to make them good.
Okay. Mike.
Yes.
Jeff Fisher QBs, Dead or Back?
Apparently they're back. Case Keenum, Nick Foles, and Jared Goff are all leading. They're all leading their divisions right now, and I believe they're the top 3 seeds in the NFC, which is pretty impressive.
What's Vince Young doing?
He's dead.
Oh, okay.
He was in Canada for a minute.
What about Jake Locker? What's he doing?
He retired.
He's gone.
He's dead. What about
Kerry Collins? He's dead.
He literally got like a DUI, didn't he?
I'm sure. He looked like he looked like a mugshot for a DUI every time he stepped on the field. Like he took his helmet off, and I felt like it was a mugshot.
He looked like Gary Cole.
Who?
The actor.
What about Steve McNair? How's he doing?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
too soon. You're
Too soon.
You're the worst.
No, actually 8 years ago, so not soon.
It's fine. R.I.P.
All right. God, you're so bad, Zach.
My God.
Yeah, that offended me. All right, Zach. Last one. NFL concussion protocol. Dead or back?
It's never been alive. That tent isn't real. Concussions aren't real. I'm super tired of playing football, so I'm gonna fake like I have a concussion and just go, sit in the locker room for the rest of this game because we suck.
They have to take
It's
a
bad.
shit, so they go in there and do
I
that.
think they go take shits, exactly.
Yeah, that was Mike's theory. My theory is they just they have a syringe buffet in the tent, and they just get to inject themselves with any PED they want. That's my theory. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you guys agree with me.
Great.
I like
Sweet. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Thanks, man. Let's talk about Steve McNair some more, you jerks.
Sorry, I just got so enamored with the clicking sound in the background. I kind of lost track of what was going on.
Is it this? Hey, hold on. Is this it?
Yep.
That's it? Oh, my God. You can hear that? My microphone's awesome. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm watching it actually happen right now too.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
and you're typing it on the Google Doc, which is what I can see. You're hitting
Yes.
dot.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop clicking or stop being involved. My fault.
Just maybe click not so hard. Don't double click the mouse so hard.
Listen.
No, okay.
Nope. Just get a wireless mouse.
Just stop.
Just stop it.
Okay, my fault, guys. All right, well, we had stream of the weeks up, but there's really not much streaming going on. I don't guess. I don't know. I'm so pissed off. Alex Collins. Who's streaming Alex Collins right now? You should be starting him.
Well, I don't know because I think NFL Network and Adam Rank and Michael Fabiano just told us the hot waiver wire to pick up was like Alvin Kamara this week.
Oh, did they? Wow. Thanks, Fabiano.
Yeah, so I think that people are still looking out for that sexy pickup like Alex Collins.
Okay. Well, do you have any streams of the week or waiver wire pickups or anything?
Tight end against the Giants.
So Zach Ertz. Okay. Pick him up.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, pick up Gordon. Yeah, because he's on the waiver wires.
Melvin Gordon too. Pick up him.
Yes. Yeah. Drop Yeah, because everyone's been starting Eckler all year.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we have a new segment. It's called Outsourcing with our friend Austin. I don't really know what the segment's going to be because Austin really hasn't done much of anything at all.
So, can we give a little backstory?
Yeah, go ahead. You give it to. I don't even know. Go ahead.
So, Austin, he made me or whatever. He was my daddy this week in New Hollywood. He destroyed me like 196 to 155. His guys went off. He had Kelsey and Jordan. I forget who he had. His guys went off. I mean, it is what it was. I have a great team. His team was amazing. But he did a lot of start sits based on other people. They're crowdsourcing. Like, should I start this guy and that guy? And then it sort of got us the idea, like, you know what? Let's make this a segment because Austin is a man of the people. He's interactive. He wants the input from everybody because he's someone that is all about the people. It's like when I win, that's what he says. Everyone wins. He wants that to be that's his mantra. So Austin, update your profile. When you win, everyone wins because literally everyone wins you win because of everyone. Thank you for your service.
All right. Well, sorry, I'm reading what Zach's writing on the sheet. Well, is it crowdsourcing or outsourcing?
Crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing. Okay, I had it as outsourcing. Crowdsourcing. I like that better. I got tagged in a tweet this week by a guy named Josh Carpenis.
Carpinus.
Carpenis.
Like carpenter, but Ennis.
Carpenis. I thought I was being trolled for a minute. I was like, because he has like the egg picture. He doesn't have a Twitter profile picture. But shout out to Josh Carpenis. He posted
vehicle cock.
What was that, Zach?
Yeah, well, and his
vehicle cock.
If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's CarpenisJ at CarpenisJ. So maybe we're saying it wrong. If we're saying it wrong, you're welcome to come on the pod and say it right. But we're just going with what's written on Twitter.
Okay. Well, he posted. He was asking for a trade, I guess a dynasty trade, which we're going to start calling that crowdsourcing because we're going to take that back from dynasty trades. He asked, would you rather have the 101 or the 107, Dalvin Cook, and Dante Moncrief. And he put in the 101, it was going to be Saquon Barkley. So Barkley or the 107, so the seventh best rookie of this class, Dalvin Cook or Dante Moncrief. Mike, who are you taking in that?
I'm taking Moncrief sucks. You know what? The 101 probably outweighs that. No, I'm taking the 107 and Cook, because if you get Cook, think about who was going out 107 the last 2 years. You could have got Michael Thomas and Kareem Hunt, or Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, and you'd be set. So I would go with 107 and just you got to make the pick count. You got Dalvin Cook, who was totally going to run away with, just like Kamara and Hunt have been, and Fournette. And who cares, Moncrief? I would maybe ask for something different than Moncrief, but I'm probably going to go against the majority. I would say I would take the package.
Okay.
101 this year, Corey Davis, dick. He's done dick. That's all.
You're right. He's done vehicle cock. Zach, do you agree with Mike?
I was actually going to go 107 side because we all know who the 101 is. You can obviously trade. I'm sure you could do another package with somebody else for a similar pick. But Mike took the words out of my mouth too. That 107 was Odell Beckham Jr. 107 was Michael Thomas. 107 was Kareem Hunt or Alvin Kamara. It's just honestly, dude, you don't need to have the 101 to rebuild your team anyway. If you get enough of those picks like that, I mean, 101's always great. You can flip that and shit. But if you just have like enough middle round picks, you're going to land that dude that's, going to be fairly decent in the NFL. So I take the 107 side.
You're going to be able to get with that 107 the guy that's probably not jumping off the charts at everyone, or the guy that doesn't look as good as on tape, but he's going to be a good player who's going to get into a solid situation. No, I agree. Yeah, the 107.
Go ahead. What? In my dynasty rankings, I currently have the 107 higher than the 101.
Wow. I love it. Cool. Well, I tried to do a little crowdsourcing with Austin. I think I put #outsourcing, but I'll change that. I posted online, I'm having trouble in my home league. Who should I start between? Have to bench one of these three guys. And I put Diggs, Alshon, or Landry. Zach, who would you bench between those three?
Who would I bench?
You got to pick one for week 15.
I would actually bench Landry. Alshon, I know he's getting lucky with touchdowns. Diggs, I would still start Diggs over Landry. Is he starting? I don't know. Thielen's kind of taken over there, but I don't know. He's still Diggs. He can still do amazing things. I actually don't know if I'd start Landry there. He's kind of been up and down. He had a decent week this past week, but against a shitty Pats defense, so I don't really know what that means.
Okay, Mike, who would you bench between those three?
I'd probably bench Alshon Jeffrey. He barely was getting his rapport together with Wentz. I mean, if you look at his beginning of his season, he wasn't doing anything. Now he's got to have a backup quarterback who typically is not going to be taking those shots that Jeffrey is known to, the routes that he runs. I can see Foles being more of a ball control guy, using his tight ends a lot. I don't see Jeffrey getting the volume that he might need to produce. I would start Landry and Diggs just because they're more possession guys.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm leaning. I think I'm going to start Landry. Landry's having a good year. I like what he's put together. It's actually a career year. At Dynasty_Junkie put on there, why did you even include Landry on this list? He's having a career year, and I kind of agree with him. And plus, there's a lot of Jarvis Landry haters on Twitter because he looks bad on charts. And who cares how many fantasy points you have? If he's not efficient, then people don't want him on their team.
That's true.
I wonder if, which again, it was a poll. It only got 79 votes because none of my friends would retweet it like I asked them to. Appreciate it, guys. But Diggs got 38%, Alshon got 34%, and Landry got 28%. So the 79 votes, terrible sample size. I don't even know why we're talking about it, but 38% with the Diggs. He was the winner. But I'm kind of agreeing with you, Mike, because I don't know. But I'm just afraid you take Alshon out and he gets peppered with targets. But we'll see.
They're playing the Giants too, which suck. So
right. Exactly. So, okay, well, and that was crowdsourcing with Austin, and Austin's not even here.
So we're going to try to do that more often because, now that people's seasons are ending and sits are not going to be happening, you're going to have a lot of trading, a lot of trading. That's all everyone does in the offseason. And so there's going to be a lot of opportunities to have some interesting crowdsourcing situations. But also, if you need to know if you have to start Theo Riddick or not, Austin's your guy.
Austin Brunk. What's his handle at Merc Brunky?
Austin, yes, Austin is. You can follow him and interact with him on Twitter at Merc Brunk 21, but that's Merc with a C, like Mark Bulger. Brunk with a K, like Kay Adams. Shout out to Kay Adams.
Shout out to Kay Adams.
I love her.
She's great. All right. Well,
and if you're confused if it's going to be him or not, he's got a football emoji in his name.
Yes.
Okay. He used to have a baseball emoji.
Yeah,
no, he still has that on his normal Twitter.
Oh, he has two Twitter accounts. Okay.
Yeah, it's his burner account.
I got it. Okay. Cool. Well, let's move on. The next one is shootouts of the week. Zach, what's a shootout you're looking at?
Let's go obvious. Smack you in the head with a 2x4. Saints versus Jets.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a shootout on the Jets. You know what? Actually, let's call it that. Bryce Petty's going to light the hell up out of the Saints defense, even though they're one of the best defenses out there right now. He's going to light them up. Breeze is obviously going to just kill him because he's Breeze.
Is he?
Wait, are they? Where?
No,
Where are they at?
They're at the Herbert H. Humphrey.
Are they in New York?
Wait, hold on. They played the NFC South, or AFC East. They've already played New England at home. They played at Buffalo. Miami was at Miami for London, so this is a home game. Home against the Jets. Superdome shootout on the turf.
I looked that up in the same amount of time that it took you to say all that shit. I just looked it up and I had the answer before you. So
yeah, but I worked hard for it.
Thanks.
I worked hard for it.
Nobody cares. I don't care.
Mike, thank you for working hard, and Zach, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Mike, give me a shootout you're looking at.
Wait, one more thing on the Saints-Jets game. It's also the two things. It is the Kyrie Robinson Memorial game.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
And it's also the Chris Ivory Memorial game.
Yes.
And it's McCown versus McCown. Both are not playing, but they're both the backups or in.
That's what I said. That dude. Oh man, you know what? I said the McCown brothers revenge game.
Too bad it wasn't on the Google Doc. Maybe next time put it on the Google Doc instead of fucking doing whatever you were doing before.
What were you doing before?
Yeah, what were you doing?
I was just fucking typing it. We also missed another one. Austin Davis.
Who?
Austin Davis, quarterback.
Ram.
Ram. Come on, man.
Former Ram.
Yeah. So those are the ones that I typed in our iMessage, and you guys ignored.
Fair.
Fair. That's true.
That's
okay.
Right. We iMessage. That's right.
Mike, give me another one.
Yes. Okay. The biggest shootout of the week is, in my opinion, Pats Steelers. So this is a perfect Brady narrative goes off game. They just lost on Monday night. Everyone's questioning the Patriots. And the other end, the Steelers just came from behind and are they the team to beat in the AFC? I'm thinking this game is going to be an epic shootout. It's probably going to be the 325 game or 425 if you're on the East Coast. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Pats Steelers. I'm thinking Pats 43, Steelers 42, a late Steven Gostkowski field goal, and the Pats are 11 and will go 11-3, and we'll actually hold home field advantage on tiebreakers on the Steelers at that point.
And now that you've said that, the game is going to be 13-9.
Oh, easily.
Okay, cool. I got one. Let's see. Rams at Seahawks. That should be good. Russell Wilson probably going to be the MVP if Brady doesn't get it. Going up against division rival the Rams. The Rams are just putting up points. They're not playing defense pretty much at all, but they are putting up points. And I'm gonna predict. Let's see here. Seahawks 27, Rams 35. Todd Gurley has 3 touchdowns.
Who says it backwards like that?
I don't know. I did.
That's like a soccer score, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rams.
Nottingham 0, Newcastle 1.
Yeah. Who does that, dude?
I'm sorry.
This isn't the South.
How should I have said it? Go ahead.
The way the winning team is first.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Rams 35. Seahawks
No, I said
27.
34. I said 35 with Todd Gurley 3 touchdowns and Seahawks 27. So my fault.
You say the team that wins first.
I'm so sorry. I went with the home team first. My bad.
That's where you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Because if it's baseball, the home team goes second.
Okay. Well, new segment. Josh is wrong.
Nice. Oh, I like that for the off season.
Yeah, it'll be a very extensive segment. So cool. Last one, Mike. Take us home.
Trying to going back to the tight end streaming against the New York Football Giants. I believe there's this guy. He might still be on your waiver wire. Zach Ertz. He is going up against the Giants. Look for Ertz to have a huge game in standard PPR and half PPR leagues. But if he's only owned in about 99.9% of leagues, but that league that doesn't have an Ertz spot on their lineup, go pick him up. I think if waivers cleared, he might still be there. He might be free. You won't have to use any FAAB on him.
What's FAAB?
What you want to do?
Free agent acquisition budget. Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find that league with that guy that's kind of an asshole that as soon as he gets eliminated from the playoffs, he just drops all of his players. You're going to want to find that league and see if Ertz is available. That's that 1% league.
Yep. Okay, well, anything else, guys, before we call it quits?
Speculative ads.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Yeah, speculative ads. So Cups, happy birthday to Cups, by the way. The real Cups. Cups McGillicuddy.
Cups with a C.
Cups with a C-U-P-S.
Also, happy birthday to Cups twin, Darnell Bryant.
That's right. Darnell, let's get you on the pod one day, discuss your birthday with Cups. But Cups, he uses this thing called speculative ad, usually in a situation where you just, there's a third string running back. Like, for example, like a Kenyon Drake, like a month ago would have been a great ad. I'm sure no one listened. Now he's tearing up leagues. So, someone out there, if you pick him up, for example, like a Tion Green from Detroit, that's a speculative ad because you never know. That's speculation.
Who's the dude from the Broncos that everyone was picking up in the offseason?
D'Angelo
Henderson. Yeah.
What is it, Henderson?
Yeah,
D'Angelo Henderson. Yeah. He's a speculative ad. That's a good one.
Yeah. Or Seattle, just like any running back. I believe J.D. McKissick. Maybe he's not available anymore, but guys like that. San Francisco, Matt Breida. Any running back in Elijah Penny for the Cardinals, speculative ad.
Okay. Cool. Zach, do you have anything to add to this, or are you just kind of checked out?
I would add Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
Wow. He should be available in your leagues.
He should be available. Yep. Did you see where Cups tweeted at Michael Fabiano today?
Yes.
That's great. Check that tweet out, guys. It's great.
So last year, Fabiano was justifying trading. Oh, God. He traded for Aaron Rodgers, and he got rid of Antonio Brown. Whatever. But that's not the first boneheaded thing Fabiano's talked about. I believe last year he was trying to draft Adrian Peterson still at age 31 as the number 1 overall pick. Called him a cyborg. Peterson then proceeded to miss like 14 games, and I hope no one listened to him.
But you gotta put it in perspective, because in the league that he traded was a redraft league that started one quarterback, and he traded Antonio Brown, the wide receiver 1, away for Aaron Rodgers, which
Aaron Rodgers is good, but he's not
in a 1 QB league. And if it's a Michael Fabiano league, it's probably standard scoring, but it's probably 1 quarterback and 10 teams.
Standard scoring, 4 points for touchdowns, no decimals. Oh, totally. This is like when you just hit generic, like cliche, the setup. Like, let ESPN set my rosters and my lineups, and let's do an auto draft. That's the Fabiano league.
Fabiano
but
league.
that is
Fabiano brand.
His excuse every time is when someone calls him out from Twitter is that you're not my intended target audience. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're
going to dumb down your audience.
So your target audience is the people that are, doing 10-team home league standard scoring, no decimal shit.
Zach.
Fun. Jacksonville PPR 1726532.
Excuse you. Okay. Well, that about does it for the Botch Pod. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Josh Bennett. You can find me on Twitter at DynastyJosh. You can follow Michael Vincent on Twitter at MVTweetsHere. And you can follow Zach Van Kirk on Twitter. You can find his handle yourself. Follow
my handle, bitch.
Okay, I'll say it. At ZACHHHVK_NFL.
What a piece of trash.
Thanks.
I have to go wash the taste out of my mouth. Follow our podcast on Twitter at BotchPod, and we're always down to answer questions, so shoot them our way. Be sure to hit up our boy Austin with your crowdsourcing questions, and be sure to check out our work on fakepigskin.com and sign up for mock drafts. I think Zach's actually doing something right now, and we're going to have some mock drafts starting soon.
Yes.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all on Sunday.
So long.
Farewell.
Oh, we have a viewer right now. Very nice.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for your service.